What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you liked my last video, which was on my opinion of the death penalty and how it sort of changed and evolved over the years from what it was to what it is now. If you haven't watched that video, I encourage you to go back and watch it. Now this video here is going to be about my top 4 non-sports films of all time, or just regular films, I guess, that aren't kind of being told through the realm of sports. Now, this was definitely an interesting thought experiment because my sports films video was, I guess, comparatively easier than kind of ranking my top non-sports films, because I think I knew what they were, but to kind of whittle it down to 4 and then to kind of put them in a concise order was kind of interesting. I kind of knew what my top 2 already were. Well, I definitely knew what they were, but kind of trying to get 3 and 4 in there and to kind of put them in order and reason them out, and then kind of not explaining the movies to you, because like I just said, I don't want to kind of get into the movies too much because I want you guys to actually go back and watch these movies. So maybe we can have a fun sort of discussion and conversation, just talking about movies, because talking about movies is fun. So jumping into the list, my number 4 movie of all time is, in my opinion, the greatest animated movie and the greatest animated series of all time, and that is Toy Story. I don't gotta say more. Obviously, I'm not gonna say more talking about the movie, but it's just the best animated movie of all time. There's nothing more I can say, really. The first movie is the best movie in the series. I don't really love to, but I can make a whole separate video on Toy Story if you guys really wanted me to, because I've seen all the movies. I grew up with the movies, so that's kind of that. Number 3 is different, I guess. It's different to me. I didn't expect it to be number 3, but it kind of became number 3. But number 3 is The Last Samurai, starring Tom Cruise. Now, I'm not a big Tom Cruise guy, which is kind of why it, I guess, surprised me, for lack of a better word, why a Tom Cruise movie ended up on the list. But I like the movie. It's a history movie. It's kind of a fake story told within the realm of the true story of the Civil War, and he goes on to Japan and all that sort of stuff. Those movies are always interesting to me. A fake story told within the realm of a true story, which is just kind of always interesting, because that's either done really well or really badly. There's not really a middle ground when it comes to those movies usually. But yeah, the only other Tom Cruise movie off the top of my head I can really think about that I like is Valkyrie, A Plot to Kill Hitler, which is Hitler's inner circle plotting to kill him, which it was filmed on location in Germany, which is just an interesting fact, because they did a little documentary on them filming on location, which is super interesting. Now, my number 2 film used to be my number 1 film for a long time, before my number 1 film became my number 1 film. And my number 2 film of all time is The Patriot, starring Mel Gibson. Now, one of the big reasons about that, because when I was a little bit younger than I am now, kind of growing up, my favorite point in history was the American Revolution. That was my favorite point in history to study and to learn more about the people and the lives and all that sort of stuff when you study history. And I just thought this movie was really well. I mean, Heath Ledger's in it. Mel Gibson's the star of the movie. I can't think of the other actor's name. I just call him Draco Malfoy's dad, because I can never remember the guy's name, and I didn't think to look it up before I started filming. So that's really going to be known as, in this video, as Draco Malfoy's dad. Like I just said, not to beat a dead horse, for lack of a better term. Whenever they tell like a fictionalized story within the realm of something that really happened, it's either really good or really bad. It's never anything in between, for me at least. Maybe you guys have a different opinion, but yeah, that's that. My number 1 movie of all time is, drum roll, I don't have a set of drums, so just imagine a set of drums, is Tombstone, starring Kurt Russell as Wyatt Earp. Now, Doc Holliday, who was being played by, his name escapes me at the moment, so I'm just gonna call him Doc Holliday. He was in Top Gun. He lost his voice. I can't think of his name, but I feel bad about him. But he stole that movie from Kurt Russell, which he just kind of proves, to me at least, and to a lot of people, that you don't need to be the main character of a movie to steal the show from the movie. Because for me, Doc Holliday, that particular portrayal of Doc Holliday is my favorite movie character of all time. I've always kind of liked history, like I just said, like I've been saying throughout this video. the American West, that sort of idea of anything's possible. You can come out here, be what you want to be, but you know, a lot of bad happened and a lot of good happened as well. It's really 50-50, just like history. History is not black and white. It's shades of gray. These were real people with real lives, and Tombstone's kind of the story of their real lives, but just kind of how people saw them. It kind of goes through the shooting at the OK Corral, you know, Doc's illness, and going through all of that, and then, you know, going through the Vendetta ride. But I don't want to talk more about the movie, although it's a true story, so you can just kind of look up what happened to these people. But yeah, that's my list of my top 4 non-sports films, so just regular films of all time. Now, before I end the video, I will talk a little bit about sports, because there was a little bit of sports news, because I'm mainly an NFL fan. I've always tried to watch other sports, but I've never really gotten into any other sports as much as I've gotten into football. I'm still trying though, but with it being the off season for football, there hasn't really been a lot of new information as of recent. But the only big news that I've seen to really comment on a video on is Joe Burrow, who is the Bengals quarterback, for those of you that don't know, got recently carted out the field with a leg injury or a knee injury. I'm not quite sure what it was. Hopefully the guy's okay. Hopefully for Bengals fans he's okay, because I know Bengals fans are having freaking heart attacks right now waiting for an update on Joe Burrow. Maybe there has been one and I've just missed it, but hopefully the guy's okay. I just hate seeing players get injured, you know. That's just me. Maybe the rest of you like seeing guys you don't root for get injured. I hope that's not true, but maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know you guys. I don't know all of you guys at least. But yeah, that's the video. Subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome. Like the video, comment on it, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, do all that fancy stuff, and so you can be notified as to when I upload. Go back through the other videos I've watched and watch all of them, comment on them, and I hope you guys continue to join me on creating content, because I'm going to keep making videos, and hopefully you guys keep watching them, because you guys liked the last video. And I don't have a content schedule like a lot of other creators do, because I still work full-time obviously, and I just try to squeeze in videos when I can and when I have the time to make them and when I have the time to put them out. I do try to post regularly, but we'll see what happens in the future. I am gonna continue to post regularly, if I could say the word correctly. But yeah, that's the video, and until next time, be nice to each other.